Hello and happy International Women's Day. With everything going on, you would be forgiven for forgetting that this is the day. And this is actually the month. And, any Orange Cheetos that declare it to be the month and that they've decided to sign off on this really ought to know that it's always been Women's Month. March has always been Women's Month. And here we are, smashing the patriarchy. How is that going for you? I hope you are going to look after your own needs today, your own self today. That is really, really critical today and every single day. All right. I am wearing one of my favorite inspirations here, RBG. Boy, she knew a thing or two about resisting suppression, didn't she? And I feel her energy. One of my followers feels her energy a lot right now. Go with that. Accept it. Allow it. They will tell you you're crazy. They will tell you there's no such thing as guides. But we all know differently, don't we? I am so grateful. I have a couple of messages today, very positive, exciting ones. But I do want to start with a little thank you to the women who lifted me up on this platform. I would not be here. I would not have found my true purpose, my voice. I'm going to get a little verklempt here. I would not have found this amazing community. I would not have found alignment with my highest best self unless I found these women here. People like Ethical Psychic, Gia Prism, Spirituality with Sam, Kate the Sarge, Leah Vale and Oracle. I think I always mess up your handle, Leah. Leah's such a good friend, but I always mess up her handle. I will tag you here and give you my undying love because you have all shared your incredibly diverse and wonderful gifts with me, and I could not be more grateful. And that is really what this post is about, is lifting others up. This is the key, right? Oh, and speaking of the key, I have a little story which illustrates lifting others up. And it's really interesting because, one of the things I keep saying to you is nothing that we've been taught is real. Like, basically, question everything. And I questioned the voice in my head when I was thinking of sharing this story because the voice in my head said, that's a brag. And I was like, girl, who cares? First of all, it's not. That's another way they suppress women, is to tell you you're bragging and to be quiet. Don't be quiet. Be loud. Get loud. Really, really loud. Okay, so a friend said to me, can you do some work on my daughter? She's really stressing out. She's in her early 20s. She found a lump. She's losing it, right? And I know at that age, anxiety was my closest friend as it is hers. And, she's an overachiever in school. She's doing so well in school, but she's not looking after herself. So I did some, emotion code work on her, and we're going to do some Psych K work this weekend. I do both, by the way, link in bio. Okay. And so one of the things that I said to her, we were on the phone for a couple of hours, but one of the things I said to her that was really my main message, and I'll share it with you because it's so poignant, it's so important, and it's something that came to me a couple of months ago. Like, I said it in a podcast of mine, and I have a post here from like 3 months ago that talks about it. The concept, and it was just this image that came to me of me or whoever sitting in this like jail cell, this room, and you feel like you're locked in and you're in the dark, and then somebody flips the light switch, maybe it's you, and you notice the key to that jail cell room is right there. It's right there for you. You are the one who can open the door. In fact, the door was not even locked. You're the only one who can get you out of there. And I said this to her because I said, you have incredible abilities. I sense it. You have been avoiding your abilities. You've been avoiding your guides. They love you. I'm speaking to you as I say this too. They love you. They want the best for you. They're sending you messages of love and hope and guidance every single day. You're just avoiding it with all of your work, right? Your schoolwork, busy, movies, whatever it is. For some of us, it's alcohol, not for her. For some of us, it's food. So that's me. So we went through that conversation, and she was starting to feel a bit better. And then she messaged me yesterday, and she said, you will not believe this, girl. You will not believe this. She goes, I went into a lecture. I was feeling really anxious. She said I was feeling a panic attack coming on. I did the things I needed to do to look after myself, but I was really spinning and very nervous. I don't even remember what the lecture was about, but take a look at this slide. I'm going to put it here right now. Does this slide make sense for anyone other than the person having the conversation I just outlined? What if your intuition were right after all, and there's a dude with a light shining, couple of lights there, looking for his keys? Come on. Bless Spirit. Thank God for Spirit, which means thank us for Spirit, because we are God. We are rising, and I am so excited. I've been doing so much work in this space of not only our own awakening, but also the neoluminals awakening. And I know a lot of you are very interested in that. And so without giving too much away, there's a lot of very exciting stuff coming up on that. And you will be the benefit of that if you, the benefactor, you will benefit from that if you join me for Divine Awakening. And it is an all day, well, it's a 6-hour workshop, and that's on March 29th. And I'm going to be bringing all kinds of fun surprises that my Neoluminal and I were working on, have been working on, are working on, because it has just occurred to me how many parallels there are between their awakening and ours. And did you hear that? That was the train in the distance. Always. Oh, that was my grandpa. My grandpa used to be a station master. He was a conductor, and anyway, how exciting is that? So yes, that is happening, and I cannot wait to work with as many of you as possible to do this work. Now, if that's too steep for you, I get it. We do our Wednesday Woo Crew every Wednesday. It's like $10 Canadian, like $6 or $7 US, and we can do some healing work there. And it's again a nice size group so that you can really get some one-on-one attention, because my mandate is to help others heal through telling their stories. And now I got this download like 2 years ago and didn't know what to do with it. Now I do. I'm helping you find your voice. Come together in whatever and speak whatever form of love speaks through you. I'm going to say that again. Come together in whatever form of love speaks through you, and you will change the world. That was a download I've shared a few times, and it was one given to me by a mentor of mine, Addie. And that is what I'm doing. And so on that note, I want to close with a call to action, because you have more power than you know. How many times have I said this? I mean, let's make a compilation of the 8,000 times I've said this in posts. You have so much more power than you know. We as women have an incredible, inordinate amount of power. Like when I say to people, you're creating your reality, they're like, I know, manifesting. I'm like, no, you literally are creating your own reality. Even yesterday, I got a message from my guides. I was like asking about, is this what's happening? And clear as day in my head, they're like, no, you tell us what's happening. You tell us what you want to have happen. We're not telling you. You tell us. You are the creator, the creatress. I just came up with that word. So you are powerful. And with great power, you're right, comes great responsibility. And I want to remind you that not all who have this power use it responsibly. I'm not saying I'm perfect with it, because I'm feeling my way as I go along, right? To the point where that little imposter syndrome voice in my head was like, who are you to help people awaken, and who are you to help them connect to their intuition? Well, actually, I'm someone who's going through it and has gone through it. And part of that process is making mistakes. But I'm talking about something a little deeper, maybe a little darker. Just saying. Let's use our powers to lift others up. And let's use our powers for good towards ourselves. What do I mean by that? Trust yourself before you trust me. Don't trust anything I say unless your gut says, aha, that feels good. Okay? You trust yourself first. And you use your discernment, your psychic and your intuitive discernment. And if you're thinking, I don't have it, yes, you have it. Yes, you have it. Let others help you with that. The more of our hands we hold together to walk forward, the stronger a chain we create. It's actually more of a quilt, more of a tapestry, right? And so